Ahoy mates, I'm Zolanius and welcome to my dom. Today we are doing whoopsie, forgot to change the thing. No horror tag! Seriously. I should have had removed that one. And we don't need these. There you go, done. So, okay, apparently horror is not a fucking thing on this. Yeah, sure, I don't care, it's just a weird thing. So, I'm going to check in the recording software after, not the recording software, the editing software afterwards, but if the noises are too ear-rapey, I'm going to change afterwards. So, what we are playing today? Well, we are playing The Test, which is, for all intents and purposes, is a horror game that is multiple choice. Actually, can I have that as tag? Multiple Multiple sclerosis. Why is that attack but not multiple choice? Anyway, so it's a multiple choice horror game that is also kind of like made in the RPG Maker Studio thingamajig. So it's gonna look weird. However, I have looked into it and it's pushing some boundaries, supposedly, which means I am interested. So, just to be sure, the BGM volume is minimum, so is the BGS. The MA, I don't know what the fuck is that, but the sound effect volumes are both lower. There is no 50% option, even though that's usually what we want as users, but details. I'm also not playing on full screen because I don't want to boot up Streamlabs. And this way I can have the chat also open. So, I don't know what are those. Always dash command remember and keyboard config. Okay, actually we could check out keyboard config. QV page up, page down, shift dash Z. Okay. Counter argument, that's Y on my keyboard. X is X, I guess getting out somewhere. Space is okay, shift is dash, enter is okay. Ins, which I don't actually have. Yeah, I don't have that button. Numpads I also don't possess. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Thankfully they don't have much instructions, so... Okay. I also don't have any of these. What's the menu for... You literally don't have a fucking menu if you don't use the VA as the movement layout. Sure. Anyway, that would be J, K, and M. Shift dash, space, okay. Okay. I will use this one. Let's do the new game. So, yeah, this is definitely made in a fucking RPG Maker. Opa. Sorry, in the meantime, I'm looking at footage from Bad Place. Let's just call that. And it became, well, a little bit livelier. but nothing else. Okay, so kilobyte per second is okay. Let's go back to the game. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how do you like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you are honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know what you know. What? This will tell you things that you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. Yeah, sure. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not naturally have access to. This isn't psychic, this isn't personality test, this is simply nature, you say. This is you, this is your own mind, no, this is a game. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself via a video game. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you will often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. Oh, sorry for my barf, little viewers. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen again, but if it's going to happen again, I will make sure that you hear it. Yeah, this is getting me into a better mood. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your questions the way it needs to be answered. Says you. I invite you to grab a drink of water. I have it. Sit back. Relax. That you don't want to hear. And enjoy the experience. Yeah. Telling somebody to enjoy the experience is kind of stupid if you ask me. If the experience is going to be enjoyable, they are going to enjoy it no matter what, because it's enjoyable. Unless you are upsetting them somehow, people are going to go for the easiest way, and if the experience is, actually enjoyable and there is nothing else to their mind, they are going to enjoy the experience. If you tell them to enjoy the experience, you are kind of setting the bar higher or putting pressure on them, which is not really a good thing, because people usually don't enjoy pressure on them, especially when that pressure is actually connected to enjoyment. Like, you are pressured to enjoy something, and enjoyment is usually doused by pressure. It's a bit of a paradoxical situation, you see. Anyway, we are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you are a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Would you be alright with living alone forever? Yeah. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? I mean, I don't like it more, actually. To be perfectly honest, both are colors. They usually complement each other. As an artist, a budding artist that hasn't been doing art since the shit hit the fan. Anyway, so I kinda should start learning color theory, but in my twisted mind, I think black and blue are actually complementing each other, because blue is a cold color, and so is black. It's actually kind of the coldest colors if you can actually put color on black. So there is warm black and there is cold black, depending on the hue, because even black has hues. Like if something is very 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 dark red, for example, that's actually usually our brain register it as a warm black, whilst very very dark blue is the cold black. So is with purple, pink being actually, can you have yellow even so fucking dark that it makes orange? You possibly can, but it's usually red and purple that is actually, is purple a cold color? Anyway, I'm getting way off track now. So no, I don't like blue color more than the black, because again they complement each other, so they are kind of the same thing. If you found money on the street and know who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Yeah, here it comes. Depends. If I like the person, I give it back to them. If I don't like the person, I definitely don't give it back to them. If I'm neutral to the person, I would give it back to them. Yeah, I'm not really about stealing from people, even if it's just a little amount. Like, what is it going to do for me than to do for them? Possibly the same. Again, I need to have malicious feelings towards somebody to basically take their money, what they lost, which is usually the thing. Now, if it's asking me the capability to do so, then yeah, I definitely could. But since it's actually asking, would you give it back, then my usual answer is yes. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Yes, of course. Are you afraid of spiders? Not really. I mean, I don't have love for them, and is it aversion? Like, it's kind of a low-level aversion. If a tarantula would be skittering, crawling in around my desk, I would probably want to put it at least a bit further away from me. I just don't really like if there is a movement very close to me, basically. If you knew would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? Yeah, I would definitely do. Would you consider yourself to be fat? Yeah. I do have le fat. Would you say you have lots of charisma? Definitely no. I'm not necessarily an antisocial person, but I'm not really talking much. Basically, I'm talking more on stream than on anywhere else. If we are actually speaking about, talking. Writing is a different matter. Writing I do more than streaming, but I don't do it too much. Like, I usually do lonely thingamajigs, like making my goddamn TTRPG system, stuff like that. So no, I definitely don't have the charisma. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? For what? No. I don't want to be frozen. Like, what would I achieve? If I frozen, I cannot react. If I cannot react, whatever the fuck is supposed to happen to me is going to happen to me. So, no. Why? This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions when put together spelled the name side? Yes, I watched that from a YouTuber because I learned about this game from the YouTuber. So yes, I did know this because of that. Does that make you uncomfortable? Of course not. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Nah. Good at? Definitely no. I don't really enjoy finding information by myself, or better worded to explore information, if that is actually the word for it. So, if a game has, let's say, Easter eggs or hidden goodies or stuff like that, I'm more willing to check the wiki instead of go around and check for myself. Though it really depends on the game itself, because if the game is actually very enjoyable on the exploration front, so you know, if I check a freaking crook somewhere, there is going to be goodies, so I will take my time actually doing that. And if I know that something is supposed to be there, just by either looking at it or hearing about it or something like that, then I might just do it by myself instead of consulting wikis. But usually that's not the case because games kind of suck at this. Not gonna lie. The only proper exploration game that I like is Star Sector. And even then, what actually made me go out and start exploring is just a want for resources and information about nice planets. But in most games, no. I would not bother myself to look for clues and shit. Are you now wondering what other hidden message placed are within these questions? Of course I am. Have you been entirely honest with your answers? I'm kinda explaining it, so I guess, yeah. And since I do this to myself and I'm not actually streaming, just, you know, either playing with myself. Oh, no. I mean, if I wouldn't be streaming this, I would do this exact same thing, which is kinda creepy, not gonna lie. Like, sometimes my relatives who are living with me, or who am I living with, to be perfectly precise, sometimes think that I'm streaming because I'm talking in English. Because I think in English for some fucking reason sometimes. Sometimes they think I'm talking to my friends because I'm talking. But no, I'm just telling whatever the fuck I'm thinking. Also, this is kind of reason why I started streaming. So when I talk to myself, I can have a, you know, an excuse. So, yeah, I'm kind of honest as much as I can be honest. Are you afraid the consequences of for answering the questions dishonestly? I am not afraid. Very aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly. That I wasn't. Are you wondering how these questions became to take a strange turn? They didn't. I'm kinda expecting this. Would you consider yourself captivated? Okay, I'm going to check that words meaning, because what I'm thinking is, you know, capture. But they might be meaning is something entirely. Oh fuck. Okay. Sorry, I'm still looking at thing happening in place. Holy shit, that's a bright flash. Okay, it's just somebody's flashlight, okay. I don't see any other flashes, so... Yeah, everything is fine, Zota. Nobody is bombing your friend's house. Definitely. Why would they do that? That's just morally wrong and shit. Yes. Captivated. Uh, oh, in that term. Okay. Yes. Yes, game, you have my attention. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself brave? Yes. Whilst I'm not, might not be very smart or very dexterous or even strong, I definitely have a reflex to evade and retaliate. I have very much tested this in the field of some prepubescent battles. I just say that. So yeah, I do feel fear. I think it's a feeling of pressure in chest on this area. It might also manifest in the throat as a like a ball when you want to gulp. It's not obstructing anything, as far as I know. It's just there as a feeling. But yeah, that's about it. Also, sometimes you can have your legs not really moving, which is very fucking bad. Realize that situation and try to move either way. Same with hands, they might start shaking. That's actually not that bad. It just makes you a bit more zippy, I guess. More reactionary. So it's basically your flight and fight response trying to decide to either fight or flight. Sadly, I usually decide first. Even though I not necessarily have the chance to win. Yeah. So yeah. If that is bravery, that I am indeed brave. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? I know that I am not, but I view myself as such. Not gonna lie, I have an ego. And I think there are a lot of very stupid people, and I think I'm above them. But for as a matter of fact, I know that I'm not. But if it's my view, not my knowledge, then yes. Have you been looking for hidden messages in discussions? No. I'm not bothering. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Now that you mention it, yes. I would like to know. Please tell me. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? No, not really. Have my time. You have my time. I mean, it's information that would be nice to know. I guess it has saving systems, so if I get the fuck out, I can just do that. I think. There was something about a menu, and I think I can access it via the M key, so if I just want to put it on hold, I think I can. So no. Once again, would you consider yourself to be a patient person? That's very much depends. I can get very emotional. However, if I don't get emotional, I'm patient. Like, I don't want to rush things necessarily. Like, I'm actually a GM in TTRPGing, and you need to fucking have patience for that. However, you also need to be capable of pushing your players if they start dilly-dallying too much. So, it's a mix. But for most part, yeah, I'm kind of patient. Like, back in the day when I was going to school, I had to sit for like an hour or half an hour, depends on how fast the my classes ended. But yeah, when I was in high school, I had to go to a different town that I was in. Actually, I was in a village and I had to go to a town. And because of that, first I had to commute for a long time. It was, I think, 40 to an hour, 40 minutes to an hour to go there. And because the public transportation of Hungary sucks, at least in the rural areas. In Budapest, there is a bus for every 10 minutes. But in rural areas, you have buses go in each hour or so. Sometimes not even that. Sometimes there are buses every 2 hours. Anyway, so I had to wait like half an hour every day after I finished school just for the bus. Sometimes I had friends. Okay, sometimes I had a singular friend who went to the same station as I did, and sometimes I didn't. So I had to endure a lot of waiting time. So I'm not really a patient. Sorry, I'm not really a non-patient person. What's the opposite of patient? Busy? Not busy. So yeah, I'm a patient person, I think. I can wait if that means it. I can go through your questions if that's it. I'm good at monotonous tasks. So yeah, I think. Do most humans annoy you? Not most, there are a lot of humans that annoy me. But like, if I go through a street, I'm not going to think, that man in that weird hoodie is so annoying. There are humans that annoy me, there are humans that fascinate me. So no, I don't think most humans annoy me. Do you prefer animals to people? Hard question. If I can speak to the people, then I prefer them. If I can speak to the animal, which sometimes happen, I had the opportunity to once discourse with a parrot. A kind of a parrot. I think it was a parrot. It was in the Budapest Zoo. I could go there and talk with them. And they fucking talk back to you. It's more times gibberish. But actually, I think it was when I asked them, what's the weather or something? They responded sunny. So that was like fascinating. And sadly, there are a lot of people who have this level of intelligence as well. So, to be perfectly honest, I don't prefer animals over people. Nor do I prefer people over animals. I kinda just want uh, companionship. So no. Do you believe in magic? No, atheist, sorry. Do you believe in a god? Atheist. Actually, should I call myself atheist? Because when I say that I'm atheist, people are going to put other things on me, like I'm LGBT supporter or something. Yeah, like when I was in actual atheist groups, they kind of did this thing. They were very left leaning. That is a fucking outdated term. So they were this very libertarian. They wanted very specific liberties for themselves, like choosing when to kill their own babies in pre-infant form, which is fetus. They wanted to have abortions and shit. They wished to waste time on doing the recreational procreation with non-compatible members of our species. What else were they doing that I didn't like them? But basically, they just wanted people to be left alone, whatever the fuck they are doing, even if it's actually semi-destructive, I guess. Like, you know, They wanted to have parades. I actually don't want to have that because, you know, it disrupts words, English words, heavy words. I say that whilst I'm definitely the same in Hungarian, by the way. I just can't really speak, yeah. An implausible charisma. So yeah. Traffic, yeah. So parades disrupt traffic, and that's very annoying, and it's actually very bad for logistics, and it can actually result in higher bread prices because fuckers had to wait fucking 4 hours in the conga line of trucks because some idiots decided that they want extra affection slash at least attention because they like stuff in their butts. Fuck you. And I don't want to have myself considered in league with these fools. I just want myself to be considered as somebody who doesn't believe in bullshit that cannot be actually, you know, shown as with proof that it exists. Yeah. Anywho, do you fear death? Yes, obviously. Are you attracted to someone you Are you attracted to someone whom you are not currently in a relationship with? I'm attracted to a lot of people. Some of them don't have faces. Some of them have bodies. Some of them have nice abs. I like them. Some of them have nice butts. One of them, I actually know how they kind of look. I don't know their actual hair color, but I think it's either black or at least dark brown. But I have seen their faces, and I've seen them hips, and I want to do this to them hips. Yes. Did you answer the last question with yes? I mean, attracted, that is. Are you alone? In the room or in the house? In the house, no. In the room, yes. Are you asking me out? But nah. I have somebody in screeching distance to me, so I consider myself not alone. If I told you with utmost certainty there is something watching you, would you believe me? As my recording software is actually doing its thing, and indeed, there is a viewer. Hi, viewer. You are indeed watching me. I can now most certainly believe that this guy is telling the truth about somebody watching me. Ay. Something watching you. That is actually very objectifying or dehumanizing. I can tell for most certainly that whoever is watching me is an actual person. Or is it a bot? Can the shitty ass game check if I'm streaming? Because I know that the literature club game, what was it called? Something literature club could actually detect files moved around, and if you were either streaming or had your screen shared with other people. Though I think that was just for specific software. Anyway. So if this one is actually doing the trick of making a bot that is watching me. Oh. If you are not a bot and watching me, please tell me in the chat. Also do it if you are actually watching me and not just opening the goddamn window and letting it go without, you know, listening to me. Listening to my most beautiful voice. I know that I have the most beautiful voice. Ay. There is no response. I have my thing online, so it should have the response, but it doesn't. I'm either being watched by a bot or somebody who is AFKing. So yes, If you would told me with utmost certainty there is something watching me, I would indeed believe you. Have you wondered who I am? A software. But within the context of this game, yeah, sure, who you are, tell me. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? No, I had my back hurting a little bit, which is actually because I'm not doing what you have told me and didn't lay it back. So no shivers. Though, though, though. Because geopolitical bullshit is happening and somebody is fucking raising the gas prices, I indeed have my radiator not functioning. Not because I couldn't, but because I chose not to do so, because I don't have the money to pay the fucking people of certain thing, nationality, the prices they are asking for my gas. My gas, yes, it's mine. They are just having it, and they are how it's called, holding it hostage, so I can pay them the money so they can give me my gas back. Yes, they are definitely not selling it to me. They are holding it hostage. Yes. I am a very sane person. Do you feel like you are being watched? I would love the feeling of being watched by millions of people on Twitch currently. I would really like that feeling. Oh, feel like so. But technically I'm being watched, so feeling and knowing is a very different thing, obviously, but let's go with yes. Have you considered quitting this session early? No. We are going with this. Do you drink water every day? Yeah, because my teeth are actually quite easily damaged, as proven by my brother who doesn't have them anymore. At least not in 100% capacity. He doesn't possess any teeth that doesn't have cavities. That's what I'm saying. Though, to be fair, nor do I, but my cavities are filled with magical tooth fairy bullshit that the dentist put in there to, you know, not have holes in your teeth. But he doesn't because he is a fucking cunt who doesn't fix his fucking body when it's going down. I say whilst I'm kind of starting to have a cavity right here. Kinda starting to have a cavity. It's a trench alongside the part of my when it meets the jawline, the gums, basically. However, I checked it and it doesn't have the plaque. It's just a trench, and I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe it's just deformity. I kinda had it in a different tooth of mine, so it might be that. It might be an actual fucking trench. I don't know. I should have checked it out, but currently it's COVID-19. I don't really want to visit the hospital right now. Yeah. So yes, I indeed drink water, and thank you for mentioning. I'm actually going to drink water because I have been talking a lot. So my point being, I cannot drink anything with sugar in it. And the most sugar of any kind, mind you, not the sugar that is made in, you know, factories and shit. I mean, even fruit sugar, fructose. Technically, I can have it in small amounts, but since drink is not a fucking small amount, it's a very big amount, it actually damages my teeth very bad. I have a thing when it's something building up. After this session, I will definitely wash my fucking teeth. Because this is annoying. It happens after I eat meat. Anyway, so I cannot drink anything with sugar in it, so I'm drinking water. Do you eat at least once per day every day? Multiple times a day, actually. I eat twice usually, and sometimes I have snacks. No. Yes, tell me. Well, it would bother me enough to actually look your wiki up, so I guess it would bother me a little bit. No. I mean, it's technically correct. No, they can. Like, you can compare them as, you know, thingamajigs. Fruits. You can compare them as food objects. You can compare them as shit that has acid in it. Because actually, apple is very acidic. Orange is still more acidic though, but it doesn't matter. If you are eating an apple a day, try to eat it afterwards you eat everything else. Or at least after you have eaten something else. Because as I said, it's acidic. Or maybe vice you are eating something else. Preferably bread, you know, something that can take that acid. So yeah. They can be indeed compared to each other. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? No. I did not. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Deserving and getting is two different things. Like, you sometimes cannot afford to give somebody a second chance. Do they deserve it? Is a different question. Like, people should be always given at least one other chance to, you know, redeem themselves. Not necessarily completely. But yeah. So deserving and getting is two different things. I think everybody deserves it, but sometimes you just cannot afford to do so. To give them a second chance. So yeah, I'm going with yes with that. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? No, you cannot fly if you put your mind to it. Like, okay. Technically you can, I guess, because Wright brothers did fly, as certainly everybody after them, but if I would want to go to a black hole, as in an actual one, and check the thing myself, the event horizon, I, for the love of God, couldn't do that. I simply cannot physically go there and do that. So no. I can construct things, situations that you cannot do the thing you want. So no, I don't agree with you. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? I don't think they are over each other. Like, people say, freedom, but we live in a society. We are supposed to work together, and that means both sacrifices and both compromises. So, like gun laws in America. America has way too much. America? No, USA. Sorry, every American. I'm just meaning the stupid ones in the. The landmass, which is called. Can't fucking remember. Continent, yes, continent. So, sorry for everybody else on the continent, I'm just meaning the USA. So, they are bitching about gun laws. A Second Amendment, freedom. What am I doing if somebody gets into my house? First, if you have a functioning police, people are usually not going to get in your house without permission, and if they do, most of the times they're actually going to pull the fuck out of there because they don't want to be seen. Because if you see them and they don't fucking kill you afterwards, you can just fucking put a request for them on the police to be caught. Especially if you know them, at least by stature, or if they doubly fuck up by face. Though nowadays people know that fucking cover your face if you go doing stuff that you shouldn't. But still, you can actually identify people from stature if you know them. If you don't know them, that's a different thing. And in America, there is actually a problem of you not knowing the people who are near you. Like, I know the guys at least in front of us, taller than me, fatter than me. Last time I checked, he doesn't have facial hair, brown hair, short. Don't remember the eye color, but to be perfectly honest, it doesn't fucking matter. That's the least of the thing you can be identified by, actually. Yeah, the faces doesn't fucking matter because we are discussing stature. They have this kind of not properly straight, but leaning forward a bit because they probably either work in office or at least sit in that position for a long time. That one I know. I also know the lady next to us. I know their face. And I can kinda recognize the very fucking loud family under our apartment. And I think there is a woman with a small dog above us. One apartment. However, yes, I don't know the rest of the apartment and I definitely should have known. The problem is I kind of see this place as a temporary arrangement. So I'm not really commenting to the societal things. But yeah. What was I talking about? Obedience is more important than freedom. Nah. Not more important. We are in a society. We are actually trading our freedom for safety. That is society in very, 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 very big terms. Sorry, broad terms. So broad terms that I don't really feel comfortable telling you this. But if I really have to shrink the definition down, then yes. Society is you trading your freedom for safety. And you are trading that freedom as obedience, if we go that way. Or maybe other stuff like taxation, for example. But also obedience is basically abiding the fucking laws. I'm not going to, I don't know, carry a fucking weapon on me, as in firearm, in Hungary, for example, because that's just not how it is. You are very dangerous in that position, and the authorities decided that they don't want to risk you going ham and just starting shooting people, because even a shitty 9mm like the Glock has 16, 18 rounds, and if you have at least preliminary firearms expertise and some experience with your gun, then sorry, you can't kill fucking 18 people with that, especially if you are doing it with a crowded place. So no. The authorities decided that this is illegal and you are trading your freedom for obedience following this law, basically. However, I would not say that obedience is more important than freedom, because if you have more obedience, more laws than you have freedom, there is something bad. So it depends on how much is this obedience. Like living in China, for example, is very, very bad for you, because you can get into trouble very fucking easily. Like, even just doing your day-to-day stuff can get you in fucking jail in China, because, I don't know, your social score is low for maybe making a odd comment or even just a joke about the system. And that's something that we do instinctively. So, yeah. That is way too much obedience considering your freedoms. if you have way too much freedoms towards your obedience, then you are at risk, because your society is unregulated, and not just people inside the society can do shit, but also that means they are not really galvanized. They are not obedient, and when there is a, you know, a external risk, a la somebody who doesn't have hair, then you are significantly harder to mount up a resistance against them, because there will be so much different opinions, different ways to actually act upon on those opinions, and yada yada yada, that you are going to have less coherence in the defense if you are actually mounting one. And you are obviously going to have the guys who rather just either do nothing or even go and secure their safety via cooperating with this external risk. So yeah, it is a balance, and I think it should be kind of in the middle. So no more obedience than freedom, no more freedom than obedience. Of course, there can be a little bit of a difference. It doesn't kill you, namely, but I think it should be balanced, like Thanos. So I do not agree with you. Underwater adventures sound like fun time. Do you agree? They could be fun. Did you realize that the first letter of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? Oh, thank you. But no, I didn't know. Do you wish to be loved? Of course. Do you have any addictions? Yeah, kinda this. I also have a unhealthy relation to food. Even though I'm trying to, like, not just feed my worries away, as I sometimes, most times, do I kinda fail in those avenues, I guess. Whatever the fuck you would call it. So yeah, I consider myself addicted to things. Though addiction is not like a serious thing, as long as you don't make it a serious thing. Like being a drunkard who goes down to the pub and gets hammered every fucking day, so when they go home they are a mess and need to be cared for. Yeah, that's a very serious addiction. Needing to go to the pub every day and drink a singular beer, maybe do if you wish so, is an addiction, but it's manageable. Actually, it is managed. So yeah, I have addictions and I'm managing them, hopefully. Do you dislike the color pink? I mean, I don't dislike it. Does the color gray seems depressing? No, color gray is actually very good as background for your works if you're an artist, because light stuff is not going to be looking like super light. Our dark stuff are not going to look super dark. Like, if you have a gray background, even black is not going to look like black. If you catch my drift. Sorry, black is not going to look like the darkest color in the palette. So no, I don't think it's depressing. Usually you connect depressing to other stuff connected to grayness. For example, this is a concrete house, a concrete building that I'm in. Concrete is gray. This building was built in the Soviet Union. Soviet Union was a very depressing place for some people. I'm not going to say that it was literally hell, because no, it wasn't. Fuck you. If you think so. If you don't, if you actually have historical knowledge, or more, how should I say, proper historical knowledge that is not... fuck. Expressing myself is hard. So if you have historical knowledge that is not potato mash, mashed potatoes, like a certain Norwegian YouTuber... Stop making historical videos. Then you will know that the Soviet Union wasn't a fucking hellhole. Yes, you didn't have TVs, you didn't have the... not just the opportunity, but the money to go to places like Haiti. You didn't have the opportunity to go to enemy places, but that kind of was the same for the other side. Like, you couldn't go to Germany, you couldn't go to America, but nor Americans could enter the Soviet Union, usually. Like, they didn't fucking let you in, so it's kinda the same. However, what you did have is safety for workplace, safety for working rights, safety for actually police. I kid you not, Hungary is currently facing more criminal activity that the fucking Soviet Union collapsed than before. Because, you know, when your policeman is shackled by a faction of procedures and what the fuck they are supposed to do specifically when they face a situation, instead of, you know, just going in and beating the shit out of people, then asking questions later, then they are going to run into problems that might cost their fucking life. But that's details. So back into the fucking topic. No, gray itself is not depressing, but you can get depressed if gray is combined with other things like angular shapes, you know, comi blocks. No. As a matter of fact, I have a fucking good view on the city. Well, it's kind of a city, it's literally the Hungarian capital, but besides these comi blocks, there is not much high-rise buildings. You can go into the city center and then have some futurist. But for me, it's futurist. For the rest of the world, it's kind of just the same Western stuff. Otherwise, so grayness, angular shapes, lack of details, lack of other colors, maybe constant noise, that can make you depressing. Constant noises in like dripping faucets and stuff like that. That can make you depressing. The TV can make you depressing. That is actually a very good way to get yourself depressed, because television is made to evoke emotions, and it is really good at this. And depression is an emotion. So yeah, but just by itself, nor angular colors, nor TV, nor gray is depressing. Do you enjoy loud music? I don't. My brother does. I don't enjoy his loud music. Oh, by the way. Do you like to dance? I mean, I don't do it too much. But when I do it, it's out of the blue. And I don't really feel anything afterwards besides the slight shame. And if I'm doing it with somebody else, which I had a very few occasions for, I usually enjoy the companionship more than the actual dance, so I don't think I like dance. Would you consider yourself normal? No. Do you love your parents? Parent! I cannot love my parents multiple. Not anymore. But yes. My mother, I indeed love. Have you ever been lied to? Of course. Do you get angry often? Often, no. Easily, yes. Like, as you can see in my streams, if something is not going my way and it is very reluctant to change, I can get the angry. I am also very fast to critique things. But technically, since I started streaming, I get angry at least once a day, so is that often? Should I stop streaming? Let's go with yes. Do you hold grudges? Yes. There is somebody I want to... Paprika. No, not even kidding. There is somebody I want to... Paprika. Sadly, they are in a very high place. Have you ever forgiven someone? Of course. Not this guy, though. He did something that he cannot, let's just say, make good of? No. How do you say when somebody has did damage to you, but afterwards they repair the damage? Like, you know, you broke my TV, you brought me on a new TV. Something like that. Fuck, my speaking skills are not the right. My speaking skills are not the right. Congratulations, Zoltan. You can indeed speak. Not today, though. But yes, of course I have forgiven people. Have you ever lied? Of course I have lied. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? That's not a question. I mean, it's nature. And if I look at a forest, then I look at a flower field. I think the flower field is more beautiful. When I was a kid, yes, I wanted to become animals. Multiples. Sometimes at the same time. Do you believe you have psychic power? If I would exploit the hell out of them. But no, I don't think I possess them. Have you ever seen a ghost? Of course I don't, they don't exist. Do you dream often? I think, but I'm not necessarily sure, I have hyperphantasia. That means most of my dreams are actually fucking lucid, and yes, I dream every time I sleep. Even when it's just, you know, getting a hour nap or something. Even then, I have kinda dreams. Like, the mushier kind of stuff. Like, I know I'm dreaming, stuff is happening. I can't really explain afterwards what the fuck happened. It's colors, it's shapes, it's abstract notions. You know, your brain going on a standby mode, basically. So yes, I do dream often. Do you have nightmares often? Define nightmares, because if I get stabbed, I actually fucking feel getting stabbed in dream. I mean, also, if I imagine getting stabbed, I can also feel it, though it's significantly reduced. Like, because I know for a fact that if I get properly stabbed or step in a nail, for example, which I did sometimes, often when I was a kid, that really fucking hurts. That makes me go down, though I was a fucking kid. Maybe I'm stronger now. But from my experience, if that happens and it fucking pierces my goddamn leg, and no, I don't mean it goes into my leg, I mean pierces my leg. This is my leg. This was the nail poking out from it. Hurts. So much so that you go flat immediately and start calling your ancestors from the fucking grave because it hurts. But when I imagine the pain afterwards, it still hurts, but it's the manageable kind of hurt. Like, I would want it to stop, but it's more annoying than debilitating. It's pokey. It's very pokey. Ugh. Yes, I did just imagine the fucking pain, just to make sure. And it still hurts. So nightmares. I sometimes get up thinking that I don't want to go back there. But it's really sometimes, and I actually found out that if I don't have my hand like this when I'm sleeping on my stomach, it doesn't happen. Also, if I don't have myself like this, so basically if I'm not constricting my lungs, then I have significantly reduced the chance of having a nightmare. I also significantly reduce the chance of having a nightmare if I think about boobies, for example. Yes, if you are fearing for your life, think about boobies. The birds. Can I actually show it to you? No. And cameras are off. Yeah. A thing is happening in place. So I wouldn't say I have nightmares often, but if I do, I remember them. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? What's an anxiety attack? Google Translate for rescue. Pánikroham. I can safely say that I don't have anxiety attacks. Do you suffer from depression? Occasionally. Do you exercise after a stay? Okay, before this, before the happenings of 2 days ago, I exercised every day, 30 squats 3 times, and 30 exercises or movements or whatever the fuck you call them with the dumbbells, 4 kilograms. Also 3 times. At morning, at noon, and at night. Sometimes I forgot about the night one. Sometimes I forgot about the noon one. The morning ones I usually did. However, after the things happened 2 days ago, I kinda stopped. Now, exercise often is a thing. Stay active is not. I'm mostly sitting in here. Then I'm lying on there because I'm sleeping. Sometimes I go down to the shop and buy, well, this water. Which I should be consuming because my fucking throat hurts. I thinking about my throat hurting. I thinking, okay, what should I do about this? Why is it hurting? It's annoying. Then I fucking realize water right here in front of me. Anywho, I wouldn't say myself an active person. I cannot actually be an active person because I have a back injury. Like, the reason I'm not at the fucking border currently holding a goddamn AK rifle and maybe managing the refugees is because I'm unfit for service. So no, I wouldn't say myself as an active person. Emotionally wounded. I guess I am. Like, the death of people that I kinda had close to me is something that I can never forget, that has shaped me as to the person who I am currently. Also, the things that I loved. Like, as I said, I don't actually prefer people over animals, nor animals over people, which means I got emotionally attached to quite a lot of animals back in the day. Nowadays it's not because I live in the city, but when I was in the village, I loved my cats, I loved my dogs, I loved my rabbits, the chickens, the pigs, and as long as we had them, the geese we had once, and I didn't really like it when I fucking had to kill them. Especially the cats. Because they got sick. That we couldn't cure because it was expensive. So we had to, end their fucking misery because their fucking eyes were getting out of the sockets. Yeah, I think I'm emotionally scarred. I have a sneaking suspicion that it, well, it's not technically PTSD, because it's not a disorder, I think. But I have my traumas. Oh, I felt betrayed all the fucking times. So much so that I don't actually give a fuck about it. Okay, I do give a fuck about it, but it's not an emotion anymore. It's a thought. I am betrayed. I feel it, quote unquote, not here, but here. If you understand what I'm saying, which I kind of doubt because nor do I. So yes, I did feel betrayed. Do you ever feel lost in life? Like right now, what the fuck I should be doing without any fucking job, without any ways to contribute to society besides making shitty videos? Yeah, I kind of feel lost. I would like a helping hand that I can actually take. And it's not just telling me, do something. Because I'm doing something. I did a lot of things. I actually tried to get into stocks, for example. I kind of have a... I'm not going to say a fortune. I have a amount of money saved that I'm actually living off of now. Because I straight up cannot do the job I did before. I was working in a factory. With my fucked up back, it's not really an option because they constantly ask for overtime of you. And their HR is basically something happened that I didn't like with my boss, for example. I didn't want to stay for overtime, which was actually legally, they couldn't legally bind me to fucking work there overtime because they already shot my things away. Like in Hungary, the employer have 75% of your days leave, your leave days, whatever the fuck it's called, and you only have the 25%. However, technically, if they already use that 75%, then they cannot tell you to do fucking overtime because you can just say, okay, I'm off my leave. Instead, what they actually do, breaking the fucking law, is giving you a reprimand, taking your bonus away, which is not a legal action for some fucking reason. Okay, because of that they might not be doing illegal stuff, but it's a very gray area, and actually Hungarian lawyers are not going to help you. Straight up. Hungarian lawyers are going to do economical slash work related stuff if it's between similarly sized companies. If you are a singular person, and especially if you are of the working class, tough luck. You cannot legally bind the fucking companies to do stuff. Because you are not going to have the fucking money to hire a lawyer for quite a lot of time. And because of that, you are not going to have a lawyer actually accepting your case. Straight up. So yeah, I do fucking feel lost in my goddamn life. Would be nice. Would you consider yourself natural leader? Well, I have ideas about leadership. I know things about leadership. Natural. Good question. Very good question, in fact. Because I do like to take the initiative if people are fucking dilly-dallying, but if they don't, I am willing to go with the flow. Especially if that flow is not something stupid. So no, natural leader, no, but I can stand up for myself if I want to. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Why? Do I have another word that I'm not going to destroy with that button? I kinda like this word, so no. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Like everybody else? Have you ever been bullied? Yes, like everybody else. I mean, if you haven't been bullied by somebody in your life, you are sheltered. And you're also not Eastern European, straight up. Or maybe you are Eastern European, but you haven't left your fucking house entirely on the entirety of your life. And the only people have been fucking communicating to you, which means you possibly don't even have the ability to speak, is your goddamn servants telling you that here is the food, thank you master for not shitting yourself today. But that is actually kind of bullying, but at that point you might not even notice it. So yeah, if you haven't been bullied in your in the entirety of your life, you haven't lived, basically. Have you ever bullied someone else? Yes! Yes! Because sometimes people fucking deserve it. Like, bullying is usually a thing that evokes the image of a fat boy going to the scrawny boy and giving him a veggie if you're an American, and if you are not, pushing him in the fucking mud. Or something like that. What bullying is actually is somebody either emotionally or physically low-key hurting somebody. And I think I said it, but if I haven't, I'm going to say it. People sometimes fucking deserve it. Like, also sometimes you bully people because you don't actually notice that you're bullying them. You are just, you know, casually showing somebody or telling that mother is a whore, like that, and because you think they are your friends, you are doing it with the notion that you think they know you are just joking. The other party might not think that you are joking, or think that even if you are joking, it's kinda out of bounds, in which case your friendship is no more. So yes, I indeed have bullied somebody. I have indeed bullied somebody of lesser age. I indeed feel very empowered in that fucking case. They fucking deserve it though. Fucking... Okay, the case is, we was waiting for the bus. Little boy, very little boy, at least in here, was bitching about the waiting. Why it's not coming? For like 7 days straight or something. It was fucking annoying. So I decided to just poke him occasionally. To, you know, get very close to him, even though he doesn't like the bodily contact. To call him names. Like bitch. Occasionally. And it fucking felt good. And it felt bad for him. And I know how it felt for him because I have suffered the same. However, I implore you that if you have the notion of bullying somebody, see for yourself if they actually fucking deserve it. Like, it's a very... It's not the worst thing you can do. You can actually fucking kill them. Or actually hurt them. But, you know, just emotionally distressing somebody. First, it's not the end of the world. However, it is emotionally distressing somebody. So, don't do it unless you have a very, very, very important reason to do so. Anyway, so yes, I indeed bully somebody. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? I have already told you that I dream. Do you mean dreamer as in like ambitious, or somebody who wants things to be done? Because I obviously want things to be done differently, to things to happen, but I'm actually kind of close to Earth in that case because I know that it's not going to happen most of the times. Like me getting to Mars, for example. I actually considered going to the Artemis mission. The NASA is trying to send people on Mars already. I think it's 2037 when they are going to do the manned mission, with a lot of unmanned mission previously, and also they are going to make a lunar colony. I considered going there as well. I think that is going to be either 2032 or 33. And of course a International Space Station 2.0 for the Artemis mission, which will have production capabilities, supposedly, or at least depot qualities. Anyway, so I actually considered going there. However, I know for a fact that they are not going to choose me, mainly because of my back and also because I have the fillings in my teeth. If I would to exit Earth atmosphere, I would need to endure, I think 7 or 8 G's force for a minute or so. That would get all of my fillings out of my teeth. I would also probably have my back fucked up. And afterwards, if I get into the, space, it would possibly mean that my back could actually dislocate because of this. I think. I haven't talked about this with people, but I definitely know that the teeth thing would happen because in the Air Force, that is actually what they are looking for. If you have fillings, no Air Force for you. At least no actually piloting for you, because you are going to lose them. Yeah, point is, I do have these tendencies to think about how good it would be, but as a matter of fact, I know that most of the time it's not going to happen. So I think I'm more down to earth than a dreamer. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? All the fucking time. Do you find space fascinating? Of course I do. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? I do consider myself to be an artist. I make art. Let me show you its features. It's the thing. Which I wanted the image. It's going to be in the front, so I should fucking remember that. Which one looks actually presentable? You, for example. I made this. Okay, I actually mostly traced the head and some of the body parts, but work smarter than harder. So yeah, I made this. This makes me an artist. You cannot change that. I also made other things that I'm not going to show them. Or actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm actually going to show you. If I find it. Because I made this kind of logo for my bullshit system. All of this I drawn. There are also other stuff. Yes, I'm going to remove it. But I'm not going to waste more time on this. So yeah, I make art. I'm artist. Yes. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Well, I have a friendship, which is usually me criticizing somebody But I also have a friendship when I meet the guy and guys and girls, singular, sorry. And we do TTRPGs together. And we have fun. With them, I'm good. With this other person, I way too much criticizing. But to be fair, she's asking for it. Like, I don't know why, but every time she pulls up some topic. Okay, not every time, but a lot of times when she pulls up a topic, it's usually bitching. And I don't like bitching. So when she does that, I usually go criticizing. Not her specifically, and I usually go the way to show herself a worse experience, explanation, whatever the fuck. To show her that her situation is not that bleak. And I guess because of that, she thought about why we are friends a few times. I think she actually told me. However, with my other friends, the ones I'm doing TTRPGs with, I can just talk to them about stuff. Even if they go bitching, I go on defensive with them because it's actually not most of the time. And if it is, I actually go and criticize them, and they actually take that it's a joke, and they don't get upset about it, I think. How weird would it be if I actually summoned them for a TTRPG session and before actually doing the thing I asked them, how would you think about me as a friend? Am I a good friend? Am I a bad friend? That would be putting them on a fucking pedestal. Not even a pedestal with fucking spotlights on their asses. Seriously, if you do this to somebody, they are going to get flustered no matter what. Unless they are your best friends, in which case they are going to tell you what kind of homosexual you are. And how they did your mother. Twice. With your father watching and you actually holding the goddamn candle, for which they are very grateful for. Yeah, best friends are the best for a reason. I should talk to my best friend more. My best friend should actually talk to me more. My best friend should actually spend less time with their fucking girlfriend and more time with, well, us. I say that well, actually, the only way he is actually available if his girlfriend is available as well. Like, my other friend actually meets them occasionally because they have these. Met them occasionally before COVID with board game nights. So when it was that, they could actually meet with this guy. However, I myself have found it very fucking hard to actually get hold of him. Because he's either at work, he's either with his girlfriend, or he's either recuperating from whatever illness he caught. Which is very fucking often because he's kind of a pansy. But am I a good friend? To people, I am. To others, I'm not. Would you consider you to be flawed? Of course I'm flawed. I have quite a lot of flaws, actually. Do you believe in perfection? Well, I would really love to see something perfect, as in actually perfect. But yeah, no. I don't think so. I am very good at criticizing. So I think finding perfection for me is impossible. Have you ever stolen for somebody? Yes, I live in Eastern Europe. I needed to steal some things from people for reasons. Okay, I actually don't need. I could have eaten rats or roaches. They are this small here, by the by. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstance? Yes, I have somebody that I actually want to pop, as I said before. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? I would tell everybody. I would make a fucking scene out of it. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? I just did, for you, my dear viewer. You are hearing my darkest secrets. Because I don't hold secrets unless they are actually to defend somebody. I am actually, no, in the mindset of wanting to pop recovery very important. I definitely won't be able to do that because I am me and they are them. This doesn't make any sense to you now, but well, actually, it kinda could make a sense for you if you have the brain capacity, or at least the context, which you actually don't because I haven't told you the context. But if you are a genius, you could look into my fucking words, or realize that I can't actually fucking talk. Anyway, so yeah, I did indeed just told you my fucking darkest secret. That is actually not a secret, but is the darkest thought I have of somebody else. I actually want to paprika. Not like it's ever going to do something, but yeah. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? I trust the random viewer and Twitch to not fucking ban me after this. Don't do it. Yeah, I know I'm saying very things, very how it's called, controversial topics. Yes, because usually you don't do this on Twitch because you get fucking banned. Or you don't do this in any other public things, because once again you could get banned, you can get into trouble. However, this is a some kind of psychiatric test, or at least it uses psychiatric stuff to invoke feelings. And I don't like lying. If I have something to tell you, I'm going to tell you and take the consequences. Because I am stupid and brave. Mostly stupid. So, do you trust me even though you know about me? I trust you as much as I could. Do you know who I am? No, I haven't played the game yet. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? No. If I told you that I've been hiding behind you this entire time, would that scare you? No, but I can actually fucking check. I can assure you that considering that I'm on a floor above the first floor, that unless you are a bird, you are not behind me. Also, no. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? No. Empathy is something that I'm not really capable of. Like, I kinda can get behind people's thoughts, but not their feelings. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? No. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Multiples, in fact. Eastern European. That's kind of the thing here. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? No. I have backaches because of my condition. I sometimes have aches in my kneecaps. I guess because I'm sitting a lot. Happens. It's the thing that you just need to deal with when you are sedentary. And I need to be sedentary because I just cannot do anything else. Maybe lying down, but that's even worse. That's going to lead to atrophy. So no, I don't have migraines. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Okay, so when people walk, they constantly go in front of me, down, in front of me, down, in front of me, down. If you are constantly looking in front of you, you are usually the person who falls very often. Because that's kinda an inbuilt thing in us. We constantly look down to see things that are in front of us so that we don't fucking fall. So yeah, you kinda need to do that. If you meaning that fuck you, that I constantly look down and I don't look up or just look up occasionally. Back in the day it was the case but I guess that was because of the computer. I was kind of like this. However, after my accident with the car, I was very conscious about my posture. I say that whilst I usually like this when I'm playing. It's actually because the screen is little. And the things on it are small. Not the best eyesight, by the way. However, if I can, like right now, I try to be straight up. And when I walk, I also try to be straight up because nowadays, if I'm actually hunching forwards, my back hurts. It kind of hurts either way, but it hurts more. So no. Wait. No, yes, because you need to look down occasionally. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Would you even shave your head? I mean, if I had to, I guess. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? I attracted to bodies, period. Feminine ones, preferably. Not preferably, just straight up. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's more like a constructed thing. Actual brains thing, not angular, curve features, like circular stuff, like boobies, or us, is preferable, and also the eyes. Eyes are very important when you are trying to seduce somebody, by the way. Like, you actually need to look them into the eyes and kind of have it in a relaxed position. Because if you are in a relaxed position, they also will think themselves as relaxed, or at least think that you can be somebody that they can be relaxed in the vicinity of. Am I doing the face though? I think I'm doing the face. Like usually, as you can see, my eyes are like this. It's open. I'm paying attention. But if you want to be, how it's called, have a sexy look, have a relaxed look. Relaxed is sexy. Because if you are relaxed, they can be relaxed. And when both of you are relaxed, things can happen. Yeah, basically. But yeah, if somebody with, the proper equipment and also a six-pack would come here and offer things to me, I would probably accept. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Yes, that's usually when I'm dancing. Do you trust your best friend entirely? I don't trust myself entirely. I forget stuff, and so do they. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? Actually. Yeah. Talking is starting to hurt my throat. Not my throat, there is a thing here. I don't know the English word for it, and it's starting to, well, because of going up, hurting. Anywho, so in my childhood, I think I remember waking up when I was level 5. That was what I wanted to say. So yeah, when I was level 5, I remember waking up, looking around and thinking, this is my home. That's my brother. That's my mother. But I don't know them. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know what this thing in my hand. It was a sheep plushie, Szörös. My first one that I was sleeping with when I was young. I know these very broad things about my life, but I couldn't remember what was I doing yesterday, what was I doing beforehand at all. I didn't have any memories. And I just woke up and I was myself. I actually had to ask my... when I had my first birthday, I actually had to ask, what age am I? My brother. Who in return asked me how much birthdays you had. And because I was fucking 5 years old, or 6 at that time, I told, first. Then he said, you are 1 year old. So at that point, I was thinking I was 1 year old. Thankfully, when I told this to my mother and father, they told me that, no, you're 6. So it was very weird. I had to be reintroduced to people. So I guess I was very young as well, so I don't know if it's the same for others. But yeah, that was my awakening. Afterwards, I remember quite a lot, actually. I cannot tell you what I was eating, I don't know, when I was 12 on the 8th of March. But I could definitely tell you experiences from when I was 12. Like, when I was in school. Yeah. Oppari. Up until when I was 10, I think. Plus 5 years when I was 7. No. Either 11 or 12. I switched elementary schools because mental reasons. I think I could say I was bullied, but my type of bullying is people calling me names and I'm running after them, and if I actually catch up to them, I beat the shit out of them. Unless they have higher graders to run to, in which case I either reluctantly go the fuck away or don't and get beaten. Yeah. Remember that brave and stupid thing? So yeah, because of that I had to switch schools, which was a very good experience actually. I liked going to fucking school that I'm not going to name because I don't want to dox myself. But I actually liked going there. It was a good experience. And because of that, I remember stuff like my graduation, for example, from there. Or when my thing happened, my accident, and I had to go back and tell the PA teacher that I cannot do stuff now because my back is fucked up. I remember the faces of the guys when I went back to my classroom, and everybody looked at me and, holy shit, you are here, because obviously I went there unannounced. Not even the teachers know that I'm going back, which was weird. Anyway, so they made even my desk unoccupied. Usually what happened is my desk was already occupied because I either got there very early, in which case it wasn't, or I got there quite late. So I just put my stuff down at my desk and sit somewhere else. However, that time I remember clearly they fucking cleared out of my desk. Both seats, by the way. Which was cute. Anywho. Other experiences. Ooh. There was the drawing competition, for example. That was in the previous school. I won a drawing competition, first place, and I got a singular bar of Milka. Because I was like 2nd grade, 1st grade, something like that. But these events are not just remembering in Fossline. In patches, no, I actually can tell you that I was sitting in the Okay, so what's the thing called? Not theater, but something like that. Small theater. 2 rows of people, basically a road between the seats. Kids in the first row because we were the guys from the school. Parents behind them, and the teachers were doing the drawing contest announcement. The announcement of the winners. And I remember that after they went through all of our names, which I'm not going to fucking tell you, the teacher said first time as a not okay. How should I fucking express myself? So, teacher said something that I didn't hear beforehand. Last but not least, I haven't heard that saying beforehand, and that I remembered afterwards. Yeah, I say that I remember most of the proceedings, but I mean, I could waste your time telling about it, but let's just say that I fucking remember. Okay? So I guess I do remember my childhood extremely well. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? Of course. I would do horrible things if I could get away with it. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? No. I usually don't do running. Not even in my dreams. I usually either run to something, or if I'm running from something that's not a killer, that's first of all, for example, I remember a dream when there were these red wasp and thingies, this wee big, lot of them, and they like to eat people's flesh. From them, I ran because, well, I didn't want my flesh eaten. I got my flesh eaten. I wasn't running fast enough. But running from killer, no. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? I had that a few times. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? A few times. That actually happened more times than falling. Weird enough. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Enjoy? No. Can I take them? Yes. Do you enjoy comedy television? Yeah, I fucking love comedy. It's kinda my... well, was my shtick. Do you like being the center of attention? Depends. Usually I don't though. So I'm going to say no. Do you feel like someone is always watching you? When somebody is actually watching them, and I don't watch them, I don't feel anything. When somebody is watching me, and I'm watching back, I feel the eye contact, I guess, but nothing else. Feeling of being watched is something that I haven't experienced. Like, if I notice that somebody has been watching me, usually a cat, back in the days when I was in the, village, once again, I didn't feel anything. When I was watching being watched by a very angry dog that started to bark afterwards and fucking jump on me. Not a good experience, by the way. That was one of the first dog killings. I didn't feel anything. Well, I guess I felt fear because there was a fucking big dog that just decided to jump on me. But the being watched thing, no. So yeah, I don't think being watched is something that I feel. When I learn that somebody is watching me, I usually not retaliate. I look them back. How much time have we spent? About 2 hours, but because this is a bonus stream, I'm going as much as I want, basically. But no, I don't feel like being watched at all, so not always as well. Have you ever wondered what it would be... How would it... What it would be like to go to space? Yes, often actually. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? No. Have you ever punched a nun? You are making those things once again. Okay, out-of-body experience beforehand. What was the thing before that? Being watched. Then? Oh, do you like dog better than cats? Ants? Also no. Do you prefer to... Ants? Do you prefer to read more than... do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? I don't prefer to watch movies at all, but I guess anime is movies. And I prefer to watch anime than to read manga. Or read anything else. No. I say that whilst I not occasionally, I quite often go and read academia papers. I guess that's reading. Also, when I was still working in the factory, I read on the ride to work and from work. Always. So... No, I don't prefer either or. Yes. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you ever... No, I'm actually trying to... put the things together. The messages. Anderson. I don't think that is going to be a word. So no, I'm not wondering about that. Do you get starstruck easily? What the fuck is starstruck? Like, I'm looking at the stars. When I was going to work in the mornings of winters, I usually looked up on the night sky because I find it fascinating and shit, but I guess you could call that easily starstruck. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Hate is a strong word, so no. Okay, it's not the end of the sentences. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? Not gonna lie, yes. I also like when people go around and praise me, but I like presents. I fucking love presents. I don't even care what is in the box. Give me a box that has something in it. I will like it. Unless you are my fucking aunt and you are just giving me stupid shit like, you know, money in an envelope. Or your... What I fucking hate about her that she gives us these scratch things. Scratchy gambly thingamajigs. Because of her, I have a gambling addiction. Just putting that out over there. Okay, front of the sentences. So I have is. Was the thing beforehand are? I don't know, I don't remember. But yeah, I like the present. Serious though, you have never punched a nun, like really, just bam, right in the face. Nun punch. No. Is. No. Did you laugh? Previously? No. Instead. Did you say what the fuck in your head or even aloud? No. Are you no eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch on us sometime soon? No. If there is hell, do you think you are going to it? If there is hell, I think they need to upgrade their policies to not to include me. Anyway, did I do a lot of bad things? No. Am I a bad person? Technically, no. I think bad person are people who did bad things. If you are just an asshole, you are an asshole, but not necessarily a bad person. Like, you can be still loved. Bad persons cannot be loved. Or not with their bad personry being known. Or loved? Okay, actually, kinda muddy. It's... Fuck. Iddy. It was Iddy. Do you think you are going... if there is hell, do you think you are going to it? No, I don't think that I am worthy of being going to hell. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yes. Do you masturbate frequently? Yes. I'm not hiding it from you. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? Like daily? Or more? Which is the case. So no, I'm not wondering. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? Not with you. I'm not uncomfortable opening to people. Like, once again, I'm not antisocial. If people want to know stuff about me, I tell them. Afterwards, I'm going to ask the same thing or something of a similar nature to them. If they are not going to answer, I'm going to call the fuck them out. This is a two-way thing. Also, the front parts are not matching up because it was... It did currently. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable? No more than slightly uncomfortable. Is your mouth dry? No, I just drank. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? No. Are you poor with money management? No, I'm actually good with money management. I just don't have money to manage. Now I laughed. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? No. Fuck math. Do you speak more than one language fluently? Is my English fluent? If yes, yes. If no, no. But if I don't speak English fluently, if my English is not fluent, nor is my Hungarian, which means I don't speak a language fluently, which is an achievement. But because I think my English is at least fluent, if not perfect, I'm going to go for yes. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Good question. I think not. Yeah. I actually haven't went to Transylvania. We planned, but we didn't. So no. Do you enjoy cafe? Fair? What no? Do you believe in demons? Vess? No. Do you believe in angels? Vess? No. Are you afraid of sharks? Okay. Okay, you are fucking with me. None of these are making sense. Also, afraid of sharks. Like, if they are coming towards me, I'm afraid of them. If they just, like, next to me, I would probably try to boop their snoot. So, no. Do you prefer baths over showers? Yes. Well, I'm not going to say I'm Eastern European. I'm Hungarian, even. We like baths. having a bath instead of a shower is the usual thing. We do have both, but we kind of consider having a shower is not being like as thorough as having a bath, nor as relaxing. Like, I myself like relaxing in a factory, which is kind of sad because my mother works in the afternoon shift. She is getting home at night, and because I take longer bath sessions, she kind of have to wait for me afterwards. So yeah, I do prefer baths or showers, and you are not using the thing as before. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? No. Did you see that shadow move in your room after a few months ago? No, there was no shadow. Do you ever hear your name being called when you know there is no one calling it? No. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? Yeah, more like go missing. I ask about them, nobody's know where they went missing. I find them, and suddenly my fucking grandmother remembers, oh, I displaced it. I'm going to consider that as a yes. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you are alone? Like previously, when you did the thing, I noticed. I noticed. I noticed because it's a very shitty SFX. Also, Ukraine live cover. Oh, the quality went down. Okay, it went back, but there is a fucking power outage. Why am I commentating? I shouldn't do this. And I also shouldn't be looking at it now. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? This was a thing that I was watching. Sorry for the sudden stop. I'm looking at things from place. Because even though I'm doing the streaming thing to get away from it, I kinda can't. Okay, that's the end of it. Holy shit. That's going down. And that is very bright even though it's fucking night there. How long we have been streaming? 2 hours. It's going more for that. People are on the fucking streets. Are you serious? Are you seriously doing this? Why? Well, at least they're not shooting at each other, but I guess they are from the same faction. No, they are shooting at each other. They are actually shooting at each other. Oh, fuck. I guess they don't really want to do the fighting, but there are pedestrians there. Yes, there are... Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, they didn't show afterwards, but... Oh my fucking god. Sorry for doing this, commentating on things that you are actually not seeing, but... to be perfectly honest, I think you shouldn't see this. Oh no, I know what is going to happen on the receiving end of those. And that's gonna go boom. Yep. There it goes. Poor fellas. Seems that it have been resumed now. Oh my fucking god. I think that was a camp. So I can in fact just check it in the... Oh my fucking god. Nope, nope, that wasn't a military. Fuck. That's a lot of firepower. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, enough of the clashes for right now. Let's do the... Do you ever hear footsteps around when you are alone? Technically I do, because I live in a place where you can hear that. Like, if I'm in the corridor of the house and somebody is going down the stairs, I obviously hear that. Even if I'm alone. So technically I'm... nah. I know what they are asking for. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? Once again, I know those knocking noises are... Actually, it's mainly the radiator being knocked over the paper. If somebody on the fucking 10th floor hits the radiator, I'm going to hear that. So yeah. But no, I don't hear random spooky stuff that you want me to hear. Do you ever look at the same time on the clock every day? I don't actually look at the clock. I mean, I guess on the system clock. And that I actually check out. Okay. System clock is a clock. Oh, often look at the same time. No, I don't do that. Have you ever felt like... Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? Technically yes, but that was my brother. What you are asking? No, I haven't. Do you have any pets? Cockroaches count? No. Is your favorite color green? No. Fuck you for that question. No, I'm not attracted to any of my family members. My family members include my aunt, 45 years old, my mother, significantly older than me, and the one who gave birth to me. Stop joking me, Satan. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. My mother, who is first the one who gave birth to me, second, who is also very fucking older than me. My grandmother, who is obviously fucking older than me, and is a fucking mess of wrinkles. My brother, my other grandmother, also the same. My, actually, is my uncle still living? I heard that he went to the hospital, but I guess I wasn't on his funeral, so no, he is definitely still living. Yeah. So my uncle, and that's it. Yeah, I still have very far away relatives, like my grandmother's sister and such, but they are as much family members as the fucking neighbor. Hell, I even see the neighbors more often. So no, I'm not attracting to any of my family members. They are ugly, they are old, they are my family members. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yeah, I would probably make a company and shit. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? Of course. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? I know what it's like to be in prison. It's not a good feeling. Thank God my father actually taught me to. My father worked in the police before he got his own set of conditions. And because of that, I sometimes went to the police station and he showed me around. For example, in the prison cell. Thankfully, there wasn't another prisoner in there to rape me. But it wasn't a nice experience because it was kinda abrupt, like, and these are the prison cells. Look at my son, see? This is how the door closes, this is how the door locks, and this is how you are going to stay, have your rest of this day spent. I thought for the first few hours that he's just joking. After a few more hours, I thought that he is not joking. After that, he actually turned out to be not joking, and we went home at night after his shift ended. But yeah, getting imprisoned wasn't a good experience. Okay, it was a good experience. It was not a good feeling. Because good experience, good. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to do unlawful stuff now, if I can avoid it. So no, I don't wonder. I know. Do you like fishing? I don't do it much, like at all. I went fishing once, I think. Twice. One of them was unsuccessful, the other one, my grandfather's some kind of relative catched all the fish and we were just kind of fooling around because kids. So no. Do you like hunting? Same. Though I guess if hunting is also for cockroaches, flies, occasional squirrel. Okay, not squirrel, but bats are actually here. Squirrel I saw once in real life. They are not cute. They are kind of like rats with fluffy tails. But yeah, also my cats. I liked hunting them. They liked running away. After they scratched my hand. And they had their tail running like this, not puffed up and screeching, but no, like. And they are playing. Because they know that I was playing for some reason. Which is weird. Because it wasn't the case always. Some of the cats realized that I'm just playing with them. Others were for some reason. But if hunting constitutes trying to catch an animal and possibly taking its life, then I guess I do enjoy it. Do you like camping? No. Do you like guns? Yes. Are you getting tired and answering questions? No. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? I guess, yeah. Eyes are the window of the soul. Do you agree? Soul don't exist. Do you always keep your promises? I try to, but I can't sometimes. So no, not always. Once again, I try to. I want to be a good person, but sometimes being a good person and keeping your promises is not the same thing. Would you ever completely trust someone who lied to you? Never! Especially because Are you an only child? No. I have a brother. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? No. Do you like tattoos? Can I have a maybe answer? Like, I like it on other people, I don't want one myself. Or if I have one, it needs to be like very fucking strong. With emotional baggage, I mean. Because that's something that is first going to fade from the years, and something that is going to fade on you. So it's more like a testament to your dying than the testament of you liking something. That much that you get a tattoo for them. A tattoo for them, yes. Tattoo is very important. You know what, I'm going to go for yes. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No. Yeah. Haven't been high yet. The strongest thing I tried was alcohol and tobacco. However, I like being in the heightened state of happiness, I guess. Or just joy. Yeah, happiness is a long-term thing, joy is a short-term thing. So, like, when we are with, friends and shit, you actually feel lighter, and I like that feeling. And I guess that's endorphin high, and it is a high of any form, so I guess yes. Do you believe you have a soul? No. Do you cry this week? Did you cry this week? Huh. Sometimes I do, but not as in cry, as in something happened, as in more like, fuck. I remember something that I didn't want to. Or I had a really bad dream. Tears. Sometimes I don't even notice that I'm fucking crying. But I don't think it happened this week. Are you upset with someone right now? Is the one that I want to kill counts? Because if yes, yes. Is there someone you are not being completely honest with daily? Daily. Who am I talking to daily? You guys. I don't know if I'm constantly lying to you. I might be. Other girl that I'm not really on, well, technically good terms because friends, but shaky terms. Am I lying to her? Well, I'm not talking to her daily, so no. Am I lying to my family? Well, maybe about getting a job. Because, to be perfectly honest, in the first times, I was kind of searching jobs for every fucking day, very hard. But nowadays, if somebody is giving me a opportunity, I'm looking after it, which haven't happened too much, like 2 times actually. None of them turned out to be useful. So I guess I'm lying to them about, but they don't ask, and I'm not talking to them about that daily either. I think they are in the knowledge that I'm constantly looking for work, which is not the case. I'm constantly trying to get into a position where I don't need to look for work, like getting a proper YouTube or Twitter career, Twitch, and the artist thing. Also, as I said, I try to make stock dealings, but apparently all, and I'm not kidding you, all of the online stock services like Robin Hood, eToro, trading to 212. They are all a fucking scam. I'm not kidding you. If you are just doing occasional trading, you are not going to get scammed. If you try to fucking live off of them, unless you actually know what they are doing behind the fucking scenes, you gonna get fucked. Because they control the fucking information you get. And they are doing dealings against you. Not because they are malicious, but because that's how they get their fucking profit. So yeah, I don't speak people to daily. Like, same people daily, so I don't think I am dishonest with them constantly. Do you understand how this works yet? No, not really. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about the time you spend answering them, the combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you would never guess. Do you understand? If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about the time you spend answering them, the combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you would never guess. Do you understand? In that case, I do understand what you are getting at. Also, I noticed that you have got... oh, it's because it's 9 o'clock here. It's not the game, it's the PC. The laptop. So yes, now I understand. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous questions you just answered? No, I'm not really. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself and anyone else that bother using this, just a byproduct of this... Okay, I got lost. I'm going to start once again. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically for you, to learn something about yourself and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of this intention, would you believe that? No, you would be lying. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Like every human being, yes. Are you afraid of dying alone? I'm afraid of dying in general. Do you worry that one day you will be unexpectedly murdered? I mean, it's in the stack. It can happen. Especially nowadays. Is it a constant worry? No, it is a worry that I occasionally think about. Yes. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? No, I have my safe spaces, like here. If somebody would attack me, I would possibly have a little short... sorry. My response would be slow. I would think, fuck, my safe space hasn't been invaded. Shit. And because that's actually a thought process, they would have a chance to actually do something before I react. So no, I'm not always on guard. For example, now, I'm not a... do you feel like I know you yet? I don't know myself, also you haven't... If you know something, you know stuff like, you know, their hobbies. The only thing you know that I like guns, and I don't like camping. And a few other minor stuff like that, but you don't know me yet. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? You mean the ones coming from the headset? Yes, I heard them. These are not strange noises though, it's BGM. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. You say so. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Q. Q-t-t. Based on what you told me, this is what I can conclude. You can be very spectacle at times, you are not easily fooled, and you are not easily manipulated. Thank you. You're a lot smarter than the people give you credit for, and a lot of this is due to situations from your past that you managed to learn from rather than choosing to be a victim and fall for the same tactics that others would fall for. No! That is actually incorrect! I do the same stupid thing, like getting into fights. Yeah, this bravery thing is not really worthwhile. You can truly be a guiding light to a lot of people. You can be incredibly powerful figure if so many people, in so many people that you don't even realize just how magnificent your gifts is, do you? I now realize that you are just giving me the honey string. Now the biggest problem lies within. You don't have a bad heart. That's not necessarily the issue. The truth of the matter is, you don't always feel like everyone deserves to be helped, even if you want to help. What? Okay, rereading the thing. Now the biggest problem lies within. That's okay. Now, you don't have a bad heart. That's not necessarily the issue. The truth of the matter is, you don't always feel like everyone deserves to be helped, even if you want to help. So my problem is that I want to help people, but I think they don't deserve it. Counter argument: if I think somebody doesn't deserve the help, then I'm not going to. I don't have these feelings of, okay, I think you are in a very bad position now and I pity you, or I feel bad for you, but you deserve to go through this because of things. So if I think somebody is deserving to go through this, I actually don't feel anything about them having to go through whatever is they are going through, if I think that they deserve it. Case in point, the bullying. Besides the feeling of being, powerful, I didn't have any other feelings before or afterwards. It was a calculated action of bullying. Technically, it was. I was thinking about it, if I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do with him. Thought about his reactions. I was kind of good at anticipating them. Like the breaking point when he was actually attacking me afterwards. That was cute. Like, he's significantly smaller than me, not just because I think 2 or 3 years between us, but also because big guy. I say whilst I'm 170. For that time, I was considered big. So no, I don't think that I want to have somebody that I think is deserving what they are going through. You need to be a bit more trusting and a bit more open-minded at times. Sure. You are afraid of being hurt like everybody else, even though others didn't realize that. You guard yourself and your emotions well at times, even if others don't even know just how much you kept hidden away. I'm very good at showing my emotions. I'm very bad at explaining them, but showing is very easy. Like, it's kinda monkey thing. Anyway, you don't have to trust anyone. You don't even have to necessarily You don't have to trust everyone. You don't even have to necessarily trust anyone. But it would be a great benefit to yourself to give people a little bit more of a chance. You can really learn a lot. Overall, you're a kind-hearted, caring person inside. People don't see the way you truly are, though. They don't understand how dark your mind can be at times. But you know, I think they understand when I fucking tell them. Because I do. I don't have secrets. You've got a very high probability of helping a lot of people, provided you are willing to share yourself and your abilities freely. Open up a bit more. We are going to blast out the people by sharing yourself more. See? See my streams! Like, the guy in the Star Sector streams told me that because I'm very informative, as in I'm telling what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, which I do, that they learned a bit or a lot. I don't remember the exact wordings they said, but anyway, they learned stuff about the game. So technically they are not wrong. The game. This one, the test. Hey. Anyway, your sector word is gifted. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Glorious. Take the secret word that was assigned to you on the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we are currently working on. When was this game developed? The test. Store page. 2020. Well, I'm going to do what they asked of me, and I'm going to make the review. The moment I find a thing for it. Flag? Where can I do my own reviews? Heh. In the library, maybe? There you go. Oh yeah, I'm writing the review at the moment, so I'm going to be silent for a bit. What was my thing gifted, I think. Should I look back at the vote? Anyway, game was 2 years ago. So the secret project, a future project they are currently working on might have been already finished. But I'm going to do the thing they asked of me because they asked me, and I have the time for it. What I will do is checking out my word because I kind of forgot. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of the upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they have been of some help to you. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. Credits. So yeah, that was a ride. A hour and a half ride. House of Horror Tales. Yeah, sure. So yeah. There is also 2 more episodes for this, which I'm going to do tomorrow and after tomorrow. It's not going to be in place of the proper streams of Dying Light. but I will do them afterwards because I don't have the mental fortitude, mental stability to do art like I usually do after the stream, and nor to do my TTRPG system, so an extra stream seems nice. I'm going to have a little bit of a time between the streams though, like just now. But otherwise, thank you for watching. I was Zolanis, and I'm hoping to see you back in my den with the second episode of the test. Bye!